Top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web.
The new quarantine classifications imposed on Metro Manila and 4 nearby provinces in the NCR Plus bubble will be announced on May 14, the last day of modified enhanced community quarantine according to Malacanang. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque on Tuesday noted the Interagency Task Force on COVID-19 will meet on Friday so they can make the quarantine recommendations to President Duterte on the same day. The chief executive will then decide whether or not the MECQ would be extended in the NCR bubble until the rest of May. The NCR Plus region has been under restrictive quarantine classification since Holy Week last month due to the surge in COVID-19 cases. In the same briefing, the palace official said it has yet to be determined whether there is a community transmission of the Indian COVID-19 variant B.1.617 in the country to warrant the extension of the MECQ.
The Philippines must improve its vaccination efforts to protect more Filipinos from the B.1.617 variant or the double mutant first traced to India, an infectious disease expert said on Wednesday, May 12. According to the report of the Department of Health, at least 2 cases of India's COVID-19 variant have been detected in the country. In a television interview, Chief of the Adult Infectious Diseases and Tropical Unit at the San Lazaro Hospital, Dr. Ron Jean Solante said the variant, which has been identified as variant of concern by the World Health Organization, is more transmissible. Solante added that there are few data that the B.1.617 variant can affect the efficacy of a vaccine or a treatment. However, he noted that there's no evidence yet if the variant is deadlier. He added that some countries like the United States are already looking at giving vaccine booster shots that target the variant. Solante also highlighted the importance of conducting early genomic surveillance among those who tested positive for the virus.
President Rodrigo Roa Duterte issued the directive to the military on how to deal with the new People's Army during a visit to Maguindanao Tuesday, May 12. The president renewed his order to the government troops to shoot and kill armed communist rebels on sight as he tackled the threats in the country. Duterte flew to Maguindanao Tuesday to meet with local leaders as well as government troops following the attack of the Islamic State-linked Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters at a town's public market. The commander-in-chief has asked the Bangsamoro government officials to help quell the threat of the BIFF, or else he would be forced to declare an all-out offensive against these rebels for full-blown terrorism. In a visit to Cagayan de Oro last March, the president first ordered the troops to shoot and kill armed rebels and return their bodies to their families. Duterte, dismayed by the rebel atrocities, said he was prepared to go to jail over his latest directive, choosing to prioritize the lives of government security forces over enemies of the state. He claimed the NPA rebels were fighting a lost cause and could only die for nothing. They were simply bandits without any ideology. In 2017, the president issued Proclamation No. 374, designating the Communist Party of the Philippines New People's Army, or CPP-NPA, as a terrorist organization. The proclamation noted that the group is included in the list of foreign terror groups issued by the United States. Peace talks were also terminated by the president in the same year in protest of the rebel atrocities committed against troops and the lives and properties of innocent people.
Nandyan yung NPA. Isa pa rin yan. Ang NPA, my orders is really to destroy them. Basta makita mo na NPA magdala ng armas, sabi ko, patayin mo. Wala nang istorya, because patayin ka rin talaga niyan eh.
Salute to our nurses. International Nurses Day is observed around the world on May 12 to mark the contributions nurses make to society. The annual observance commemorates the birth of Florence Nightingale in 1820, the foundational philosopher of modern nursing. Nightingale first gained fame by leading a team of 38 nurses to staff an overseas hospital of the British Army during the Crimean War in the 1850s. International Nurses Day was established by the International Council of Nurses in 1974 to highlight the important role nurses fulfill in healthcare.
Here is a roundup of news in and around Metro Manila. Let's watch these reports.
Mayor Abby Binay urged Makati residents to register for vaccination as the city now has more COVID vaccines than people to receive them. In a Monday radio interview, Binay said that she is facing a good problem with the city's vaccine supply. The local chief said the residents were probably waiting for the brand they wanted. That's why they have not yet registered. Binay said the city received 20,000 doses of AstraZeneca and 5,800 doses of Pfizer from the national government. Meanwhile, the city already began inoculating its residents with a second dose of COVID-19 vaccines. The San Juan City local government has started the vaccination of its residents using vaccines made by the American-German pharmaceutical company Pfizer-BioNTech on Wednesday, April 12. San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora said the city has received a total of 11,700 doses of Pfizer-BioNTech from the Department of Health as part of donations from the World Health Organization's COVAX facility. Zamora said the city started inoculating those who fall under A1, A2, and A3 categories at the Field Oil Flying V Center. He said he was elated by the arrival of the vaccines in the city on time, prompting the local government to send confirmatory text messages to registered residents as early as last night. The city government reminded its citizens to wait for the confirmatory text coming from the local government unit before proceeding to the vaccination sites to receive their COVID-19 vaccines. The Pasay City local government units has cleared 135 barangays in Pasay City of COVID-19 cases after they were able to manage the spike in cases in March. In the latest tally of City Epidemiology and Disease Surveillance Unit, on Tuesday, the city logged a total of 139 active COVID-19 cases with 21 tagged as new cases. Only 66 out of 201 barangays in the city have recovered COVID-19 cases. This is great improvement from the city's figures during the surge of COVID-19 cases in March, which according to Mayor Amy Calixto Rubiano reached as high as 1,200. The city's downtrend was cited by Metropolitan Manila Development Authority Chairman Benjamin Abalos Jr., who lauded the city's initiative to combat and stop the spread of COVID-19. Abalos urged other local government units to follow what the city did in combating the virus.
Now let's take a look at the latest news in other parts of the country, and here are the details.
A total of 52,400 senior citizens in Nueva Ecija's 1st Congressional District on Tuesday received financial assistance amid the pandemic. The aid came from the Department of Social Welfare and Development and the family of 1st District Representative Estrelita Suansing. Suansing, who personally supervised the distribution of the 1,000 pesos cash aid, said their family beefed up the fund to make sure the program called Malasakit sa Kapwa could reach all needy elderly people. Of the recipients, 13,000 were from the municipality of Gimba, 12,000 from Talavera, 6,500 each from the towns of Santo Domingo, Aliaga, and Coyapo, 3,000 each from Licab and Zaragoza, and 1,900 from Nampicuan. Meet the Guelos sisters Maria Cherry, Maria Irene, Sharon, Narisa, and Ira Dawn from the small town of Zaraga in Iloilo Province, who all became police officers. According to the eldest Police Executive Master Sergeant Maria Cherry Guelos de Marana, it was an unplanned move that gave birth to the ripple effect of family members entering the Philippine National Police. She added that it was probably instinct that all her sisters followed and became police officers. Their parents, Crispin Guyos Guelos Jr. and Clemencia Panes Guelos, worked odd jobs including farming, construction, and selling items just to be able to send their children to college. Ironically, the sisters have 3 brothers but none of them became cops. The sisters said that by being a police officer, they have not only improved their lives, but they have also served their own communities. The city government of Cotabato discouraged the conduct of this year's Eid al-Fitr congregational prayer assemblies in public venues in the city due to the resurgence of coronavirus disease cases. Mayor Frances Cynthia Gianni Sayadi said on Wednesday the city government would also forgo the holding of Eid al-Fitr prayers at the City Hall grounds this year. She added that despite the modified general community quarantine status in the city, they cannot guarantee that the allowed 30% capacity of every venue and physical distancing will be followed, thereby increasing the risk of spreading the virus. Through the recommendation of the City Interagency Task Force, Sayadi urged the Islam faithful to perform Eid al-Fitr prayers in their respective homes. Eid al-Fitr is the Muslim celebration marking the end of the fasting month of Ramadan that is set to culminate on Thursday.
Here are the updates from around the world. Let's take a look.
The World Health Organization on Wednesday said that a variant of COVID-19 behind the acceleration of India's explosive outbreak has been found in dozens of countries all over the world. The United Nations Health Agency said the B.1.617 variant of COVID-19 first found in India in October last year had been detected in sequences uploaded to the GIS-AID open access database. It is said to be found from 44 countries in all 6 regions, and adding it, it received reports of detection from 5 additional countries. Hong Kong on Tuesday withdrew the controversial plan to make the vaccination against the COVID-19 mandatory for domestic workers. Chief Executive Carrie Lam Chong Yot-ngor on Tuesday apologized for the chaotic arrangement experienced by residents forced into mandatory quarantine over the weekend. According to a report from South China Morning Post, the decision reportedly came after meetings with officials from the Philippines and Indonesia. The chief executive meanwhile said another round of mandatory testing will be required for over 370,000 foreign domestic workers in the city. Those who have been vaccinated will be exempted. Egyptian archaeologists have discovered around 250 tombs in the country's southern province of Sohag, dating back about 4,200 years, according to the Antiquities Ministry Tuesday. In the ministry statement, the graves include some with a well or several burial wells, and other cemeteries with a sloping corridor that ends with a burial room. They range in age from the end of the Old Kingdom to the end of the Ptolemaic period. Cairo has announced several major new archaeological discoveries in recent months, hoping to revive a vital tourism sector battered by a 2011 uprising, ongoing political unrest, jihadist attacks, and the coronavirus pandemic.
And here are the latest in showbiz. Let's check it out.
The 69th Miss Universe competition announced the 8th Women's Selection Committee tasked to choose the semifinalists of the prestigious beauty pageant ongoing in Hollywood, Florida. The 8th Women's Selection Committee are actress, singer, and model Arden Cho, President of Carnival Cruise Line Christine Duffy, President of Arena del Rio Tatiana Orozco, Canadian television personality, actress, and former professional dancer Kelty Knight, founder and CEO of Live Tinted Deepika Mutyala, Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer of Mary Kay Inc. Cheryl Adkins Green, Miss Universe 2006 Zuleika Rivera, and Miss Universe 1997 Brooke Lee. The judges will select the semi-finalists during the preliminary competition, where the girls will be judged in swimsuit and evening gown. Prior, the girls have been interviewed during a closed-door meeting. The 20 semi-finalists will be chosen by the female judges, while one candidate will be selected based on fan votes. The finals will be held at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Florida on May 16, the morning of May 17 in Manila.
And now the latest from Manila Bulletin Sports section. Let's watch this.
Jeff De Luna and Roberto Gomez sent the Philippines to the second round of the World Cup of Pool after dispatching the all-female Great Britain B duo of Alison Fisher and Kelly Fisher on Tuesday, May 11 in Milton Keynes, England. The Filipino pair took command after a 1-1 tie in the early goings by winning 4 consecutive racks on its way to arranging a match with Billy Thorpe and Skyler Woodward of the United States. De Luna and Gomez will face the Americans in a race to 7 affair at 1:30 a.m. Manila time on Thursday, May 13 for a spot in the quarterfinal round of the annual 9-ball doubles competition. Both Q artists are aiming to give the Philippines a record 4th World Cup of Pool crown, and its first since Dennis Orcollo and Lee Van Corteza ruled the 2013 edition.
Thinking about donating or even setting up a community pantry in Quezon City? Well, in this episode of Tech Talk, our Manila Bulletin Tech News editor Art Samaniego met with Project SAC-I Quezon City about their artificial intelligence technology that locates community pantries in Quezon City and more. Let's get to know what Project SAC-I Quezon City is all about in this interview.
Due to the pandemic, community pantries have popped up almost everywhere. This goes to show that there are still a lot of Filipinos that are willing to help out others. Today, we will talk to Jay Pineda of Project Sakay QC, an initiative that initially developed to assist commuters and now with added feature to locate community pantries around Quezon City. Hi, I'm Art Samaniego and welcome to Tech Talk.
Hello and good afternoon, Jay.
Good afternoon, Sir Art.
What is Project Sakay QC?
So actually, Sakay QC, it's a witty name. It's a combination of a Tagalog word, sakay, which means to ride or aboard, plus AI or artificial intelligence. So basically, it is a community initiative project by the youth kung saan we aim to help our commuters before and during the pandemic. So we are able to provide commuting routes and directions to our commuters. So we maximize the use of emerging technologies available in the market such as, yun nga, like what I've said, AI, NLP, the natural language processing, the GPS tracking, etc. So for us to effectively provide solutions sa mga problems natin na kinakaharap sa community ngayon.
So, paano siya gumagana?
So actually, we have, nga sir, like what I've said, AI, we have a wide range of branches ng artificial intelligence or AI. So when we say AI kasi, there's this robotics, machine learning, neural network, and a lot more. So sobrang lawak niya. Basically, our technology falls under the category of natural language processing or NLP, wherein our AI bot were trained through conversations. So how does it work? We simply install po yung conversational bot to available messaging apps. So we have yung Facebook Messenger and even yung Viber, diba? So since this platform are free of use dito sa ating bansa, we recognize that most of our target market or most of the commuters here in Quezon City had an access with these messaging platforms po. So by simply sending us a message on our Facebook page, fb.com/sakayqc, the users are able to access all of the technology features for free. So they don't have to install another mobile application which yun nga, consumes phone memory, space and data charges.
And
So,
you can use this to locate pantries, community pantries. in
Yes,
Quezon
yes
City.
po, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what other information can it provide the users?
As technology rapidly evolves, sir, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po kami sa pag-improve ng aming technology, which is in Sakay. Originally, our technology was designed to provide commuting routes and directions for commuters. But unfortunately po, early last year, due to the community lockdown, wala pong available na public utility vehicles during that time. But still, there's a lot of frontliners or essential workers that must have to report on their work. That's why po naisip ng team namin to tweak the technology. So in this, we collaborate with the Quezon City bus so that we're able to provide yung mga routes and directions ng mga libreng sakay bus and shuttles natin that roam around within the city. And aside from that, sir, actually, you can, on our technology, it has this unique feature wherein the general public can access the COVID-19 city updates. So included na po dito yung FAQs, guides, quarantine guidelines, hospital directories, and even po yung mga vaccination programs natin. So like what you've said, sir, last week po we successfully rolled out yung new feature po namin na QC Community Pantry. So currently it has 133 pantries in Quezon City in our map. And actually just this week we just launched a new feature in collaboration with the Quezon City Epidemiology and Disease Surveillance Agency. So we've come up with this interactive maps naman po, katulad ng Quezon City Community Pantries, but this time we include in our technology yung mga community-based testing sites. So for swab testings and all.
So for example, I plan to set up a community pantry somewhere in Quezon City. How will Project Sakay detect my pantry?
Yeah, if you or you know someone who initiate a community pantry, sir, they must have to register or send us their pantry details on the same AI technology. So just like what I've said, just message us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sakayqc, Then after the confirmation that this pantry exists, our AI technology will automatically pin the location of your pantry, sir.
Okay, so how many inquiries do you get?
In the span of a year, sir, and as I checked our reports last night, we've already provided help and support to almost 27,000 and counting technology subscribers, sir.
Buti din nagahang o nagka-crash yung server?
Well, actually, sir, hindi naman po kasi we maintain naman po yung aming servers and database.
You maintain your own servers?
Yes, sir.
Ano nga pala mga background nyo?
Well, actually, sir, I am the chieftain and the founder of Wiz Philippines. So basically, Wiz is an ambitious team of visionaries. Ang sole focus po namin is to help yung mga businesses and even yung mga NGOs to thrive in a digital world. So through our Wiz solution, AI technology.
So may plans kayo mag-expand outside the QC?
Yes, sir. Yes po, sir. Actually, yun nga po, we have a lot in stored for the people, not just in Quezon City. So yun yun yung big move namin, yung expansion. So one step at a time, we're currently talking with some of the partner LGUs po dito sa Central and Greater Metro Manila. So unti-unti po natin i-implement sa iba't ibang cities outside Quezon City.
Do you plan to develop an app for this one?
With regards to the app, sir, actually, we're not considering it yet. Since ayun nga po Google Maps, Waze, and other mobile applications really step up their game na. And we fully understand po yung mga target users namin as of this moment.
Okay.
So most of them are not that techy and most especially us Filipinos would rather ask other people or friends pagdating sa commuting directions, right? So yun po, naisip namin na why not we just maximize yung mga available technologies na meron tayo ngayon. So which feels like they are just messaging a friend or for commuting routes or directions. So ganun lang kasimple.
So what are your plans for the future of Sakay?
So yun, sir, actually like what I've said, we have a lot in stored for Q citizens and not just for the Quezon City people. So but also yun nga expand namin yung project but on our technology, soon we're going to launch yung interactive GPS tech ng Sakay wherein the commuters can easily track po yung mga libreng Sakay bus or shuttles for real time to, sir. So just expect nyo na rin po na include namin dito yung QC Protectodo bus which is ito yung shuttles for vaccination. So we're going to track all of them. And yun nga po, like what I've said, one of our projects' big move is yung expansion, not just here in Quezon City. So aside from that, sir, we're currently talking with international partners and investors na rin for the research and development and improvement ng project. And actually, even the US Embassy in the Philippines shows interest in our technology. Kaya, ayun, just stay tuned. We have a lot stored for you.
How big is your team?
So far, sir, actually we have almost 20 youth volunteers.
May support bang Quezon City government?
Yes, sir. Actually, we're in partnership po. So basically, they give us grant for us to improve and do the research and development of this technology.
Congratulations, promising promising technology.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Maraming makikinabang. Thank you very much.
Initiatives such as the Project Sakay QC goes to show the technology-driven initiatives in the country is indeed thriving and slowly getting recognized and embraced by the public. These initiatives give us a glimpse of a more technology-inclusive Philippines. And that is Tech Talk for this week. Join us again next week for more tech updates. I'm Art Samaniego and this is Tech Talk. Be fully informed.
Well, thank you, Art, for that interview, and to Project Sakay QC, kudos to you. And we hope that you continue to introduce new technologies that could help Filipinos. And those are the news on web today. May 12, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of the Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow, or you can log on to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.